Hey guys, it's Farmall here. Got a nice little fire going in the coal stove. You can see, nice little fire. Keeps the house about 70. I just wanted to give you guys a little update. Bring the light back on here. I just wanted to give you guys a little update and show you some things that have been going on around here. So let's go over to the workbench. Alright, so a couple weeks ago I picked this up at the Salvation Army. They only had the one. It would have been nice if there was a pair, but it's a 10-inch woofer. Tests good. Specifically, it's a Carvin PS10, 200 watt, 8 ohm, made in the USA. I paid $4 for it, $3.99. It's a nice little speaker. I haven't really connected it to sound or anything, but I connected a pen light battery across the terminals and got a crackle, so I know it's not open circuit and it's not shorted. I don't know what I'll do with it. For $4, I mean it's brand new. I don't think it's ever been mounted in anything. There's no marks on it at all. So plus it supports a good cause about Christmas time of the year, so I'm all for that. Other than that, not much has been going on. I'm going to try to get into some more projects here. I want to get back on that little Bakelite radio that I started last year and do some more restorations on stuff. But I have a little bit of a gripe that I want to vent about, and then maybe some more progress. I don't know. We'll see. The CFL. Compact Fluorescent Light. The wonderful thing that the government is forcing us to use to save energy. I don't understand the whole concept of the saving energy anyway. Whose business is it if my electric bill is $30 or $60? That's my business. You pay for the electric you use. I understand the need to be green, but being forced to make a choice, I don't really agree with that. But anyway, that aside, this is I believe it's a 60 watt replacement. It's a 14 watt Do It Best branded bulb. I'm sure somebody else makes them for them. And this has failed. And I don't know exactly what has gone wrong with it, but we'll get on to that. So this came from where I work, and in the men's room. So I'm in the men's room doing my business, and this flickers like a strobe light and goes out. And I thought, well, the bulb has burned out. So I finished up with my business, and I'm standing at the sink washing my hands, and I can smell like Bakelite or plastic or something very, very hot, burning. And I immediately thought, this light. So I screwed it out of there, and you can see around this part right here where the bulb goes in is all black and melted. And this was so hot right here on this side, you couldn't even touch it. When I screwed it out by the glass, because it's in the fixture like this, I screwed it out by the glass and I touched that, and it's so hot it almost burned my finger. You could not touch it. 5 minutes later, you could still not touch this area. It was so hot. So hot that it almost caught on fire. What could possibly be in there that would fail to a point that it could burn your house down? If this was in a ceiling fixture or something in your house because the government has made you use them, say it was in your bathroom or something, and you leave your bathroom light on at night, so you go to bed, the kids are in bed, bathroom light's on, all of a sudden this decides it wants to catch fire. If it's in a fairly sealed fixture, maybe your smoke detector doesn't go off, or maybe the bathroom door is closed down. So you get something that's extremely hot, burns a hole up into your attic and starts your attic on fire, and maybe the smoke detector doesn't go off. That seems pretty dangerous in my eyes. I mean, look at that. That's unacceptable that would fail that sort of way. Now, I've seen them before. They were black like that, and I didn't happen to be there when it failed, to see how hot it was and everything. But You know, it was still cooking. I screwed it out of the fixture to shut it off. And, you know, that's unacceptable. If this was a regular light bulb and it burned out, it would just burn out. And then, you know, you would replace it. This one burned out and almost started on fire. You know, if that had been left on over the weekend and decided, you know, this is Friday afternoon when this happened. If it had been accidentally left on over the weekend, I might not have had a place to work Monday morning. You know, that's not a step forward. Again, we're making changes just because we want to make changes. It's not necessarily for the better. You know, I have a set of these out in the outside floodlights. Well, here, let me take you over there and I'll show you. Okay, this is outside my house, and obviously it's nighttime and it's dark. You can't see really good, but I have a mercury light over there on the shed, and you can just barely see these up here. I think these are 100-watt equivalents. So I'll switch the light on. Now you can see it's barely lit and it's all purple, because that's what they do when you turn them on. It's like 30 degrees out, 28 degrees Fahrenheit. They don't work. You have to turn them on. I mean, it's barely putting any light out at all. I mean, it's putting out a little bit of light, but hardly anything. You have to let them sit on for like 5 minutes before they're even putting out any usable light. That's also unacceptable. I mean, those outside lights like that, that's unacceptable. I mean, when I want to go outside, I want to go out now. You know, I want to turn the light on and go outside now. I want light now. You know, in the house, it's not that big a deal when you turn them on and they're a little bit dim. You know, it's at least usable light indoors, because it's usually fairly warm indoors. You know, and they come on relatively quickly. You do notice it get brighter, you know, after a couple minutes, but that's okay. You know, but it's just crazy in the outside light, you know, that it does that. What I really want to do is I want to hook this up and power it back up and see what happens. So I'm going to, somewhere I've got an old ceiling light that I put a cord on and it can sit on the bench. I will grab that and we'll plug this in and we'll see if there's even any. I mean, it may have burned through inside. I don't know. We'll hook it up and we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll catch fire, and that would make a really good video, because flames are good for ratings. So I'll catch back with you guys in just a minute. Alrighty, so here's the converted thing. There's no trickery going on in there. Just a brown cord connected to the white and black wires. It is off. I just checked it with my ohm meter. So we will, something rattles in there. We will screw this in here, like so. Turn the burnt part this way. I'm going to plug it in straight into the power strip. And we will pull the switch and see what happens. Oh. There was a funny popping sound. I guess that's it. I will unplug it. It's not warm. Perhaps it didn't make a good contact, because I saw a flash down in here. It rattles even more. Oh, and something smells really bad, like a bad capacitor or something. So the switch is still on. I'll plug it in and see what happens. And nothing. I don't see anything happening. We'll leave it plugged in for a minute. See if it gets warm. Because there was no glowing coming off from it when I pulled it out of the fixture at work. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's getting warm. It'd be interesting to see what happened in there. It's too bad it didn't just come on and work and get hot again, because I would like to see if it would have failed like it did now, or whatever it is burned open, or if it would have just kept getting hotter and hotter and hotter. Yeah, that's not getting warm. So what I want to do now is see if I can get it busted open without breaking the glass or whatever, and There's some kind of a seam here, but I'm not sure how it comes apart. So we'll pull the cord out and we'll see if I can get it apart. I'm going to work on that and I'll get back with it because I'll probably need both hands. Well, that was relatively easy. I just jammed a little screwdriver right in that slot there, and it has come apart mostly, and the wires are still hooked up. Let's see. There's some bits inside. Looks like the part off from a transistor. Let's see. Yeah, right there. T2. It blew the face right off from T2. I'm not exactly sure how these things work. But this is the side that was getting hot. So I'm assuming there's a heater filament in there. Perhaps it was putting too much voltage to that. Oh, this transistor here is cracked right open. I don't know if the camera won't focus that close. I don't know if you're picking that up, but that transistor is cracked right open. And this one blew right up. But I don't see anything else in there that looks failed. So I'm not exactly sure what started it, but either way, both of those transistors are failed. I would guess it's some kind of an oscillator, high voltage. You know, they oscillate those transistors and feed that transformer or something to make high voltage, and it has failed. So anyway, yeah, that's it for that. So anyway, I don't know what we'll get into next. Like I said a little bit earlier, probably going to work on some of my old radios and stuff again come the winter time, since playing outdoors is not really anything I can do out there. So anyway, thanks for watching, and buy all the incandescent light bulbs you can buy, because pretty soon we're all going to be stuck with these fire starting things. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.